It's World Continence Week, you might not know that, and Lisa Yates and Fiona Ross are back with Pelfit. Pelvic floors, it's so important, it's all anyone's talking about. Ladies, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, you.
Sarah.
What are we going to be doing over the next 5 days?
Well, as part of World Continence Week, the New Zealand Continence Association is involved in an initiative called Pelvic Floor First. And that's really all about getting people exercising in a way that's safe for your pelvic floor. Now, we all know that exercise is good for us. That's common knowledge these days. But what a lot of people don't know is that almost every exercise you do affects your pelvic floor. And that some
in a good or a bad way?
Yeah, well, it depends on what sort of exercise you're doing. And that some exercises actually can be detrimental to your pelvic floor, possibly worsening symptoms or even causing problems to start in the first place.
Actually, that's what Dr. Anil Sharma has talked about on the show earlier. Like sometimes big squats with heavy weights can be quite hard on the pelvic
and
floor.
sometimes it's those exact exercises that can cause symptoms or make people's problems worse. So what we want to look at today is safe exercises to get everyone exercising, to keep people that have got pelvic floor problems exercising safely.
So it's exercises that strengthen your pelvic floor or don't damage it. What are we doing?
A bit of both. What I want to teach you today is about the pelvic floor and where it is and how to engage it while you're exercising. But we also want to look at exercises that actually could worsen, gym-type exercises that could worsen your symptoms.
All right, so, and how to avoid them.
Yeah, and how to modify your program to make it safer.
All right.
Okay, so let's just review the pelvic floor. This is your pelvis, and it sits here, okay? This is your pubic bone that you can feel at the front, and this is where your spine comes in at the back.
Okay.
Now, the pelvic floor muscles sit in here, okay? So you can see that they sit where my hands are, and their main role is support. If they weren't there, the pelvic organs, the bladder, the uterus or the womb and the bowel would potentially not fall out, but they would...
But it can in a prolapse.
Absolutely. So that is their main role, is support. And the other thing that people will have heard of is that they help to close around those openings to keep us dry or to prevent us leaking urine or from the bowel. Okay, so they help to squeeze around the openings. And that's essentially how we get the pelvic floor working. So if everyone at home wants to try this, you can sit up on your chair. We're just going to try it
you can do it when you're standing too.
We can do it in standing. We're going to do it once in standing, and then we're going to get it down on the ball and on the floor.
Okay.
So I just want you to imagine that those pelvic floor muscles are squeezing in and up, trying to stop yourself from having a wee. So we're trying to stop a wee, we're squeezing in and up, and then we're letting go. Okay? No one should be able to tell that you're doing them.
I can't help but make a face.
Yeah, no, well, lots of people do this sort of thing. All right, so then Fiona's going to get us exercising now, and we're going to look at how we can incorporate this pelvic floor squeeze into all the exercises that you do, perhaps in a gym program or your normal workout.
All right, so should we get into some exercise then?
Cool, Sarah. Come up onto your mat, all fours. We'll have some music, thanks.
Okay.
So let's pop our hands underneath our shoulders.
All right.
We're going to find the neutral position, which means our lower back has a little bit of a curve, but we'll do the opposite. So make sure your knees are under your hips and your hands are under your shoulders. Relax your shoulders away from your ears, Sarah, and just keep your eyes looking down to the ground. I want you to round your back up as though you are sort of making a sort of cat arch. And then I want you to go the opposite way, so drop the arch and stick your butt up. That's lovely. And again, round the back up. Excellent. And then drop.
And all the time are we thinking about squeezing the pelvic floor?
Well, we're just about to do that right now. So we're going to come into this sort of a middle position, so not quite the big drop down through the lower back and not the big cat arch, just kind of a neutral position. And here we have got that little squeeze into our pelvic floor now, Sarah. So if you can hold that, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, I want you to just gently think about squeezing that pelvic floor. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in. And as we breathe out, just gently squeeze that pelvic floor. And
so when we're breathing in, do we relax?
That's right. So let's try and gently hold that pelvic floor sort of lift and remove one leg. So let's take our left leg and stretch it out behind us. So nothing else should move. Our hands should stay underneath our shoulders. And gently bring that leg down. And let's try the other side. So you might notice one side feels a little bit easier than the other. So remember, nothing else moves. You're going to try and keep that neutral position through your back. And release it down. Let's try a right hand this time. So again, gently extend the arm and think about lifting into that pelvic floor and gently bring that arm back down onto the ground. Try that left arm, reach it out, nothing else moves, keep that neutral position through your lower back, and then gently take the hands down. This time we're going to do opposite leg, opposite arm. So let's reach it out, and again, keep that neutral position through your lower back, and gently lift that pelvic floor and release those arms and legs down to the ground.
This is going to have to be our last one.
Okay, and gently one more, all the way out.
All right.
And gently bring it back down.
Great.
Excellent.
Oh, well, thank you so much, ladies. Great to be doing this program this week. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure everyone at home will be as well. And Fiona and Lisa are going to be back tomorrow with more, including tips on exercises to avoid if you have a weak pelvic floor.
Thank you so much for that, Sarah. Well, coming